I would imagine anybody out there looking for a smaller, more lightweight travel trailer would prefer having a tandem axle setup instead of just a single axle, which this Rockwood MiniLite here does offer in a really compact size. And it's one of the few options out there that will offer a tandem axle and something this compact. Plus, not only that, but Rockwood is also going to be one of the best quality lines that you will see in something in this size and price range. So let's go take a look. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another video. If you're new here, my name is Myles with Firmly Unbound, and we are here at the Blue Compass display at the North Carolina RV show. This here is at the North Carolina State Fairgrounds outside of Raleigh, North Carolina. And this is my first video filming here at the show, so I am not sure if I will be able to get this video up before the show starts. However, if I am able to, just know this show is going on the Friday through Sunday, which would be February 14th through the 17th, I believe, is the dates of the show. The 14th, 15th, or I guess the 16th. I don't know if it goes into Monday. But basically, it's this upcoming weekend in North Carolina, and there are a ton of RVs out here to take a look at. Now, this one here is pretty interesting in particular for a couple different reasons. First of all, this is the Flagstaff 2104S. Or not Flagstaff, sorry, Rockwood, which Flagstaff does make the same product as this, just with a different name on it with the Flagstaff as well, as Flagstaff and Rockwood are kind of brother-sister brands. But this here is a model they actually discontinued for 2025. Now, I saw that and I thought, you know, this still I think is worth showing because there are quite a few of these 2024 still available out there. And it's a great looking 2024. And not only that, this was Rockwood and Flagstaff's smallest camper that they make in their MiniLite line. That they went away with it because they offer one now that has a bigger bathroom in the back. So we'll see what that looks like when we get back there. But for these that are still available, this is going to be a smaller, I mean, the hitch weight on this is almost 100 pounds lighter than the comparable model that they now have in 2025. So I think this is a great option out there for people with, you know, more limited half-ton trucks and things like that, or just that really are cautious about the weight they're loading into your trucks. Maybe you're someone like me that contemplates bringing a generator in your truck or a motorcycle or different things like that, or just a lot of weight in general. It's good to keep the weight down on the camper, and I wouldn't recommend it with the total weight on this, but maybe someone is willing to push this with like a smaller truck like a Tacoma or a Ford Ranger or something like that. All possible options to contemplate. Comes with 30-pound propane bottles up front. That's almost unheard of in this size of travel trailer, so that is really nice. Look at the exact specs here real quick. The gross vehicle weight rating is 6,841 pounds. That's why I don't really put it in the, you know, towable category for some of those smaller trucks. I don't know why I can't get that to focus. Man, the camera's struggling. But I know when I had my Tacoma, it was a 2020 model, and the max towing capacity on it was like 6,500 pounds. So this still can be a little bit heavy for something like that, but really nice looking molded fiberglass front cap with the windshield up front here that lays in there real nicely. LED light strip, and then you have a power tongue jack here with a nice big battery box here, nicely, you know, wrapped cables there, giving it a cleaner look up front here. And then that is a big enough battery box to even fit like a 270 amp hour lithium battery if you want. Coming along the side here, you have your awning with a light underneath it, the LED light, and that is directly over the entry door. 2 outdoor speakers, and then you do have slam latch baggage doors on the outside, so I love that. Magnet latch to hold that in place. This means you don't have any like clips and stuff that you have to mess with. Like most storage doors, you have like 3 different clips or 2 clips and the key that you all have to mess with. This here is just one latch on there. Really like that. Storage space through here does pass through to that other side, and you can actually see there is a griddle cooktop back through there as well. That comes with the camper. But decent storage, not like the best storage ever. But I think it's appropriate for this size camper, as this here is basically storage that is sitting underneath the sofa inside the camper. You have power stabilizers on here, so great seeing that at this price point. This here is going to be right around the $30,000 to $35,000 mark. So seeing that in this price point is really nice, having the power stabilizers if that's something that you want. And then you have a fully enclosed underbelly. All your water tanks and water lines do sit above that enclosed underbelly. And then you have a torsion axle suspension underneath there as well. essentially acting like an independent suspension. This is where your griddle cooktop can connect right here. It has this little rail system that it will attach into. Also have a mount out here for a TV if you want to put a TV outside. And then again, it's a tandem axle, so you don't have a single axle on here, which I think a lot of people will appreciate. Can add a backup camera, ladder to get up onto the roof, water connections along the back side of the camper, along with an outdoor shower connection. And then as we come along this way, you have slide topper already installed on top of the slide out. It's going to have a 6-gallon gas and electric water heater. So it's going to have both heating elements on there, both gas and electric. And then you have a through frame slide here, rack and pinion style slide. And then it looks like all of your water connections come out of this one spot here in the back. Now, one thing I just am gonna start stressing more and more and more, because I just keep seeing more and more comments talking about how RVs are junk, they're horrible investments, all these things. In fact, if you haven't seen already, it's coming if you haven't seen it, but I have a new segment that will be featured on this channel where I just bought a new 2025 RV. Every single time I take it out to use it, anytime I have something go wrong, anytime I have to fix something, I will be doing a new series called RVs Are Junk, where I'm gonna show things that happen with my camper or show things that I'm doing to prevent things from happening to my camper. So that is something that you can look forward to. One of the big ones is getting up and checking your roof. Now, I was really surprised the fact that this is a 2024 model, how good this roof looks. It actually really looks nice. You can see, like, compared to another roof over here, it just looks a little bit more dirty and whatnot. I don't know if you can really pick that up on camera, but this roof looks really good. The seams on everything are really thick. But that being said, as an RV owner, it is your responsibility from day one, literally like the day you pick up your camper and take it home, to check things here on the roof. As soon as you take it home and start driving it, if you don't have like pictures or documentation of something being wrong up here on the roof, and then something does happen where your roof leaks, it's going to be very hard to justify to like a warranty department or anything like that it wasn't something that happened after you took possession of the RV that could potentially be your fault. Because as RV owners, it is our job to get up here and check all these seals everywhere, make sure that they're not coming apart, make sure they're not ripping, tearing, getting holes in them or anything like that. And you will see on my YouTube channel, if it hasn't been posted already, I had a hole in the seal of one of my roof seams up near the front cap that I had to patch over and fix. So that is something that I had to do, especially before, because I took my RV to the show here and it is raining. It rained for like the past 24 hours. Thank goodness I took the time to get up on my roof, check and make sure everything was good, and found the problem, found a hole that could potentially lead to a leak, and I was able to fix it before that ever happened. So that's what being a responsible RV owner looks like. I may not always be perfect in my RV ownership journey, but I'm pretty proud of myself for catching that before a problem did happen, so I didn't end up being somebody that just complains online about how junk RVs are, when it really was something that I should have caught myself that would have, you know, caused the problem. So get up on your roofs, check the seals on your roofs from day one when you pick up your RV. That is one of the most essential things that you should be doing as an RV owner. But that's pretty much everything on the outside. Let's go ahead and hop inside and take a look at what's going on the inside here. I love the doors on these Rockwoods and Flagstaffs because, one, they have a friction hinge on them. I mean, they give you everything that you could want in a door. Friction hinge, so it's not gonna, you know, fling open so easily. The wind's not gonna blow it into your sidewall. And actually it couldn't, because it has this stopper here as well to protect from that. And it has a latch right here to hold it open permanently. So all really nice things that you get there. Can see all of the different construction packages and different features that are here on the Rockwood. So if you want to pause the video to go through that, we're going to talk about a lot of these. Another big thing that comes on this camper that is not on a lot of other campers in this price range is an inverter. So this has an 1800 watt inverter. So that is basically going to get you power to things like your outlets inside of the RV off of the battery package and the solar, charging the batteries. So that's really nice. Again, a lot of campers in this price range do not come with an inverter. You're gonna have a 5/8 inch thick plywood flooring in here. And then we saw the solar panel on the roof already has a 200 watt solar panel. And then that's pretty much it. We'll talk about a lot of this stuff as we go through the camper. Does also have the screenshot on the screen door, so that's going to allow the screen to close on its own. And it does have a shade installed from the bottom up on the door. If you've never had a camper before, I actually can't stress enough how important that shade is. So went on our first camping trip, and I didn't film this portion of our first camping trip, but if you want to see my very first camping trip in my RV, it's on my Firmly Unbound YouTube channel, which is linked down below in the comments and description. Sleeping at night with a window in my bedroom on my camper that did not have a shade on the window was actually really unsettling. Much more unsettling than I would have thought. So that was something I literally ordered from my campground like immediately because I realized how important it was. So I really like that this already comes with the shade. Another nice feature on this that virtually no other travel trailers have is a strut assisted step. So you can see this step, I'm actually having to stop it from going up because it is strut assisted there. So you don't have to support the weight of this coming down, which is also very nice because they are pretty heavy. They're not super light steps. So all great things. And again, just so many things on these Rockwoods that you just don't see in other campers. Now, as we step inside here, this camper does have a Murphy bed setup on it, which is kind of expected when you are dealing with a camper this small, although there are other campers out there in the size range that will not have a Murphy bed on it. Then you have the U-shaped dinette table here in the living room area. And then you can see around here, really nice layout. There's a few different things to point out that are really nice quality components in this Rockwood. One thing being like, you have an actual solid surface, basically like ceramic type countertop right here. Virtually everything else in this size and price range is going to have like a wrapped thermofoil style countertop. So this is just better quality here. It does weigh a bit more, but it is certainly better quality. You get a bigger oven in here than virtually any other camper in this size range. So that is really nice as well. See how the knobs there light up. And again, that is just a much taller oven than you'll find in just about anything else. 3-burner gas stove. You have your vent fan over your cooking area. Nice big window out into the campsite there. And then you have your microwave up here. Pretty standard RV size microwave. 32-inch screen TV, so not like a crazy TV or anything like that, but you can see it from the dining area or you can see it from the sofa or the bed. So nice thing about this configuration is you do basically get dual use of the TV, being able to see it from the bed as well with this Murphy bed style setup. Right when we walked in, you also had 2 drawers that open up here. These are nice because this does basically allow you to have things here in this space that you don't have to walk through your whole camper to get to. So really like that. They are using a standard kind of plywood drawer construction there with staples. And then you can see same thing down underneath here. You have 12-volt heat pads on your water tanks as well. Another nice premium feature that you won't see on all other campers in this size and price range. So the list of things that they offer in here is just stacking up pretty quick. But you can see all your different controls for everything here on the camper, and it does have Bluetooth connection, so you can control everything on here from your phone as well. 30 amp solar charge controller and outlet right there. As we turn back around this way, you do have a privacy shade for the bed area that will come across here if you ever need that. And then as we look around this bed area, see your wardrobe storage up there, so a spot where you can hang some clothes. It also has drawers right here that will open up. Next to the sofa, you have USB and USB Type-C connections. This switch right here, that's for these lights up above the bed. You have a little vent opening here above the bed as well, and a ducted air conditioner. Not only ducted, but dual ducted. So you can see ducting coming out both sides of that AC, so lots of airflow coming through here as well. That is pretty impressive. Certainly not something you will find on a lot of campers in this size range again. Outlet on this side of the bed, and then it has your inverter controls right there as well. Right here, this is something I have not talked about quite as much, but I'll be talking about it more as I use this service. But when you buy your RV from Blue Compass RV, you'll get set up in their RV Complete program. It's actually a whole app that they offer where you get a lot of cool perks in here. Some of my favorites that I've used so far is you get further discounts. It loves gas stations on gas and diesel and propane and dump stations. So that is really cool. I use that all the time now. You also get a 1-year camping pass to 1,000 Trails. So if you saw my first camping trip that I went on in my camper, I used that to go camp for free at 1,000 Trails campground, and I will be using that quite a bit. And there's so many other things as well, so make sure when you purchase your RV that you get set up with that. They will help you get set up with that on the day that you pick up your RV though. And there's a whole lot of other perks in there also that they will talk to you about. Same storage over here. Now with your sofa, it does have little recliners on it. I shouldn't maybe say recliners, but just leg extensions or like a leg support. I'm not sure how practical that is. You have it, but I mean, if I sit here, yeah, I guess it's kind of nice. It allows you to feel a little bit more like you're laying back, and if you're just hanging out here, it's a little bit more comfortable. Just gets your feet up off the ground, but it's not comfortable enough that you're gonna like take a nap or anything like that. Although with this sofa size, you could lay back this way a little bit and maybe lay out that way. But nonetheless, like having the sofa, a little bit more comfortable seating position. If you have a dog could easily hop up on here. Or if you just like to cuddle or anything like that, you have the ability to do that. Show the bed real quick before we move on. Easy little strap here to help you get this into the bed position. There's your pass-through storage going through here. Drop that down, and then pretty simple bed system here. So a couple nice things about this. First of all, you have your latches there. That's going to hold that in place. This little front plate right here is going to just give it a much more clean look when you drop it down. Make sure you don't pinch your fingers here between the components on this bed though. As you can see, that's going to kind of fold in on itself. And then, there you go. It's kind of hard to do this with one hand just to get that base out properly. But when you drop this down, the most impressive thing to me is that this bed stays in a made formation right here. So you can see there was no folds in the bed anywhere like you see with other traditional Murphy bed setups. It actually comes with a pretty nice mattress as well. So it's not like a super cheap mattress. It still may not be like a mattress up to your standards potentially, but it's definitely a much nicer mattress than most out there. And then if we look at the different dimensions on the bed size here, let me get that pulled up real quick because I don't recall off the top of my head. Let me see. Bed size here, it is 60 by 74. So 74 inches is going to be right at about 6'2" in length. And then 60 inches wide is the standard width on like a residential queen bed. So certainly not terrible by any means. If you did want to put a more residential size queen mattress on here, it is going to extend out too far. So that is something just to keep in mind here, where you're going to be actually pretty confined to the 74-inch length here on the mattress there. You have a nice shelf up front there, and of course your windshield that will have a shade that comes down as well. So it is a pull down blackout shade with magnets there that help it latch into place or stay up against the wall there when it is in the down position, I believe at least. Let me see. Let me double check and make sure that's correct. No, it doesn't. I wish it had the magnets there, but it appears as though that is not going to stay in place, unfortunately. But nonetheless, you have a shade that comes down. So that's how the Murphy bed setup works. Keep in mind too, you must have the Murphy bed in to close the slide out. So that is something that is essential for knowing in this RV. And to put this back up, there is a latch right here. I always forget this, but there's a latch right here to release it, so it can't just go up at any time. You have to pull this latch and then lift it up, which, let me get this going with two hands here. And then you're able to push this up. It is strut assisted, so it's very easy. Besides having to, use a second hand to remove that latch, I was able to do that very easily. And I'll come back to that here in a little bit. So now you can see if you accidentally leave the sofa down, the slide will still close. And then as we go through the slide out area, you have a nice little pantry here with shelving in there. The shelves can be taken out if you do want to remove those for any reason. And then going into the slide, you have storage up above your dining area. It is a freestanding dining table. Those have soft close hinges on them. So this dining table you can move basically wherever you want inside the camper or outside. Storage drawers underneath the booth dinette. And then this is like a woven PVC style flooring here, so no carpet. It's basically like a, very durable outdoor rug kind of material there. On your windows, pull down shades. So you can see, and they have that nice cream color on them to match the interior of this camper. And when you're sitting in this little booth area, nice view of the TV and everything else in this space. Have your refrigerator and another little pantry storage space along this back wall. Now in their slightly bigger 2025 version of this, they basically took the bathroom and made it go wall to wall right here, and I think they moved the fridge over into this area. So you lost a little bit of storage space with the new model, and it's a little bit bigger and heavier. Looks like that's just an access panel down underneath there, outlets here. But I'm curious what your thoughts are on this floor plan, if you feel, you know, like it's one they should have kept, or if you understand why they, you know, maybe discontinued this one. I'd be curious your thoughts. Fridge portion on the bottom, freezer portion up top, and these doors do open from both sides. You want to make sure you have it latched on both sides first, which make sure everything's out of the way, because now it's not wanting to latch. There we go. And then you can open it from the other side. So that's the same for both fridge and freezer areas. Spot to add a Wi-Fi router right here from WineGuard if you want to do that. And then here in the kitchen space, real quick, stainless steel sink, a little spot for sponges, and then you have 3 drawers that will open up. Top one is a little shallow with spots for remotes, and then the bottom 2 are a little bit bigger. It is a little limited on the, you know, kitchen storage. I can definitely see that. So limited on the storage there. You're probably going to have to utilize areas under the dining table or pantry space for some kitchen items in a camper like this. AC up here, this is a Coleman Mach quiet AC, so going to be very quiet, ducted throughout here, and it also can just dump air out the sides. Then as we go back into the bathroom, and here we have Liquefied. Liquefied is a black tank treatment for your RV. You can find that on Amazon as well. I'll be using that in my RV also, but this is going to make sure that your black tank drains out properly and keeps your RV smelling fresh. Have a really big sink, which gives you not that much countertop space, but really large plastic sink there. Medicine cabinet, and your storage underneath here. I do not see, it does not look like it has individual shut-off valves on the water lines though. That is something I see that it appears to be missing. And when I say missing, just meaning that there are other brands out there that may offer individual shut-off valves on the water lines. Has a good amount of storage right there. Love that. And it has the bigger vent fan here in the bathroom that a lot of campers in this size will not have. Has a porcelain foot flush toilet. So really nice there, getting the job done on that. And then as we step into here, you're going to have this shower miser system. So this basically, this little blue part right here will turn white as the water gets warmer. This is going to recirculate your water until you flip this valve to send water to the shower head so that you don't waste any water, whether it be water that you have from your water source or it being, you know, storage in your gray tank. As everything flows through the shower is going to drain into your gray tank, and once that fills up you have to drain it. So this is going to limit how frequently you have to do that. So really nice. It's a plastic 2-piece shower, and there's really no other way for me to figure out the height of this exactly until I just step in here and see. Yeah, you're at about probably 6'4" would be the max height that you're gonna get in here with the skylight. And if you're over like 5'11", you're gonna have to duck to get underneath this shower head for sure. So that's what the bathroom is looking like. And then that is pretty much it. So it's a really great little camper. It certainly has, you know, a flaw or two here or there with maybe like the bathroom, or not the bathroom, with the kitchen storage, and I don't even know what else. I mean, that's maybe the biggest flaw in it. But other than that, it's a really good quality camper for this size range. You can find these at different Blue Compass stores that still have them. I think there's definitely over a dozen of them still out there available, somewhere around like the $30,000 to $35,000 price range. So if you're interested in this RV, or you're just looking for your next RV, well, I don't know why that came out weird, but if you're just looking for your next RV, there's a link down below in the comments and description where you can find over 100 different stores in 33 different states to help you out with locating and finding something that'll work for you. So use that link down below to start your search, and until next time, live firmly unbound.